Welcome to Disturbing Curiosity. In today's video, we're delving into the rich and complex history of Native American people. From their ancient traditions and deep-rooted cultures to the challenges they face today, join us as we explore the stories and legacies of the first inhabitants of North America. Do you know why Native Americans known as Indian? The term Indian to refer to Native Americans originated with Christopher Columbus. When Columbus arrived in the Americas in 1492, he mistakenly believed he had reached the Indies, Asia, specifically the islands off Southeast Asia, which were known as the Indies in Europe at the time. As a result, he referred to the indigenous peoples he encountered as Indians. This misnomer persisted and became widely used in European languages, and eventually was adopted into English. Over time, the term Indian came to be applied broadly to the diverse indigenous peoples of the Americas. Today, the terms Native American, American Indian, Indigenous, and the specific names of individual tribes, for example, Navajo, Cherokee, Sioux, are often preferred as they are more accurate and respectful of the distinct identities and cultures of these groups. Who was Christopher Columbus? Christopher Columbus was an Italian explorer, navigator, and colonizer who is famous for making 4 voyages across the Atlantic Ocean, sponsored by the Catholic monarchs of Spain during the late 15th century. He is often credited with leading the first European expedition to the Americas in 1492, which resulted in the discovery of the Caribbean islands, Central America, and South America. However, it's important to note that Columbus was not the first person to reach the Americas, as indigenous peoples had inhabited the continent for thousands of years. His voyages led to the colonization and exploitation of Native American populations, resulting in significant violence, displacement, and loss of life. Columbus's actions and legacy have been widely criticized and reevaluated in recent years, with many cities and states replacing Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day to honor the histories and contributions of Native American communities. Native Americans live in a variety of ways in modern-day America, with experiences ranging from urban to rural, traditional to contemporary. Here are some aspects of Native American life in modern-day America. Many Native Americans live in cities such as Los Angeles, New York City, and Phoenix, often due to relocation or economic opportunities. Some Native Americans reside on reservations or tribal lands, which are designated areas managed by the federal government for specific tribes. Cultural preservation. Native Americans work to preserve their languages, traditions, and cultural practices, such as powwows, ceremonies, and art. Economic development. Tribes operate businesses like casinos, hotels, and retail stores to generate revenue and create jobs. Education. Native Americans access education through tribal schools, public schools, and higher education institutions, with some tribes operating their own colleges. Healthcare. The Indian Health Service provides health care to eligible Native Americans, but access and quality can vary. Community engagement. Native Americans participate in tribal politics, activism, and community events to address social and environmental issues. Native Americans use technology, such as social media and online platforms, to connect with their communities and share their stories. Language revitalization. Efforts are being made to revitalize and document Native American languages, with many tribes offering language classes and cultural programs. Cultural revitalization. Native Americans are working to revitalize their cultural practices, such as traditional foods, music, and art. However, Native Americans also face challenges, including poverty and unemployment, limited access to health care and education, cultural erasure and appropriation, land rights and environmental issues, intergenerational trauma and historical injustices, inadequate representation in media and politics, ongoing legacies of colonization and forced assimilation. It's important to recognize the diversity and resilience of Native American communities, as well as the ongoing struggles and injustices they face. The story of Native Americans is one of resilience, strength, and survival. Let's honor their legacy by learning from the past and working towards a brighter future for all. Thanks for watching Disturbing Curiosity.